Barack Obama, shouldn't you be at home trying to save your marriage? What am I talking about? Well, I'll tell you. Former President Barack Obama has decided not to go quietly into the political night as other such former presidents have done. No, Barack Obama has decided to stay firmly rooted in politics, and now he is in Canada speaking with Prime Minister Mark Carney. Now, why on earth is former President Barack Obama visiting Mark Carney in Canada? Well, no one actually knows. President Barack Obama has been on quite the press tour lately, advocating for the segregation of certain people in voting districts, and also saying that he would reel in the Justice Department if he got to be president again.
The idea is that the Attorney General is the people's lawyer. It's not the president's consigliere.
And also telling us all that the reason that he's having marriage problems is because of President Trump. But fear not, Canada. Even though President Barack Obama has a ton of problems in his own life, he is there in good old Canada to help you save your country. And if you're asking yourself, what on earth is this former American president going to do to help Canada? Well, maybe just go ahead and take a look at what's going on over there in Great Britain. Yeah, see, former President Barack Obama was a mentor to Keir Starmer, and this week they had an election over there, and Keir Starmer's Labour Party is in the toilet. So, good news, Barack Obama is there to do the exact same thing to your country because Barack Obama cannot seem to let go of power. So, have fun with him up there. If you would like to trade former President Barack Obama for Alberta, we could probably negotiate that out. But other than that, have fun with him.
Obama is trending again. In this video, we're gonna know why. Because years after Obama leaving office, still walks into a conversation like never left. Just think about that for a second. A man who hasn't sat in a White House for years but still dominate the headlines, social media, debates, political discussions, and even influence how people think about American future. Not Joe Biden, but Barack Hussein Obama. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. But I want to play you videos of some people talking about Obama, the good of Obama, what he did, and then I'm going to come back here and we're going to talk on this.
Former U.S. President Barack Obama and current Prime Minister of Canada, Mark Carney, both broke the internet overnight. All because Mark Carney posted a video of him meeting and shaking hands with 8-second clip has caused the internet to absolutely erupt in anger and questions. What in the world is a former U.S. president doing talking to the leader of Canada? That is unacceptable. That is collusion. They are treasonous. They are working against Donald Trump. We demand both their heads. They should be thrown in jail. It's collusion. Hold Obama accountable under the Logan Act. And I'm like, the Logan Act. So that's when somebody who is a U.S. citizen, but not part of the government, involves themselves or talks to a foreign leader, from a leader from another country, right? Because isn't that what Donald Trump did when Biden was president? Because he admits that he talked to Putin. He admits that he talked to Viktor Orban. He admits that he talked to Netanyahu. Hell, I think even Netanyahu came to Mar-a-Lago at one point. So how is that not a violation of the Logan Act? But somehow this is. And the thing is that the reason that Barack Obama is even in Toronto meeting Mark Carney is not because he specifically came to Toronto to meet Mark Carney. No, he came because there is an event being put on by Canada 2020. It's a think tank convention. That's what it is. It's a think tank convention. A bunch of rich geniuses sit in a room and talk about all the things they think that they can do to make the world a better place. That's exactly what it is, right? I guess it's political in a sense, but it's not collusion. It's not treason. They're not purposely getting together. I mean, you have absolutely no proof of that's what's going on. And the thing is that this happens. I mean, Pierre Poilievre right now is at his own convention in Ottawa with U.S. representatives. U.S. representatives, I might add, that have said horrible things about Canada, okay? And he's there speaking at the same convention as you know, as these U.S. representatives. And nobody's screaming collusion. Nobody's screaming, you know, how dare he, I want his head. Like, it's just, I mean, to me, the optics don't look good because these are two of the representatives. One, actually, Pete Hoekstra was supposed to speak and then got pulled back to Washington. But these are people that have said things badly, that have said horrible things about Canada. And yet Pierre Poilievre is at a convention with them, right? But he's allowed to do that. Okay, Mark Carney is not screaming treason and collusion at him, is he? No, nobody's asking for his head. We can be unimpressed with it. Listen, a lot of people are allowed to be unimpressed with Mark Carney meeting with Barack Obama. A lot of people are allowed to sit there and go, you know, you're allowed to have your thoughts. But to sit there and demand that people go to jail or people be held accountable or that it's treasonous is taking it too fucking far when your side does it as well. And I'm also noticing people are bringing up the fact that apparently George Soros was at this as well. And it's like, okay, so a billionaire was at a think tank with a bunch of rich, smart people. I'm not surprised. This, again, is not collusion. It's not treason. It's just what he would normally, the event that he would normally go to. And for the people that are getting upset that are like, oh, this is a billionaire involving himself in politics and trying to sway people and interfere. I'm sorry, did you not see all of the people that showed up to Trump's inauguration that got the special seats, all the billionaires that were there? Elon Musk especially loves to involve himself in politics, making sure that Donald Trump got reelected and such. You guys didn't have a problem with that? Because I kind of did. I mean, I don't think any billionaire should be influencing politics. But you can't sit there and point your finger at George Soros if you're not going to point your finger back the other way at your own billionaires on the Republican side. So, listen, again, I'm not saying people can't get upset. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. But do not scream for the head of somebody or for someone to be legally held responsible if you are not going to legally hold responsible the rest of the people that are doing this as well on your side.
So this guy right here, right? He thinks Obama should go home because he's created enough division. Did Obama ever make and share an AI video where he's flying a jet plane and spreading human feces over American citizens, babies, the American flag, veterans protesting? I don't think he did. Did Obama ever say he hates all Republicans? Did Obama ever call conservatives the enemy within? Well, I remember once Obama said about people who didn't like him, if he watched Fox News all day, he wouldn't like himself either. There's only one person creating division. You're too dim to see it.
You know, you really have got to be a weak man to blame another man for what's going on while you're in office. Trump went on another rant last evening on Monday, May 11th, or you should say overnight into Tuesday. He posts over 50 messages. And of course, he's attacking Obama yet again. What is wrong with this man? This is the man that say his cognitive is okay, but he spends all night attacking another man for his failures and what's going on with this war. I don't know about y'all, but I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. Obama continues every day, all day, to live rent-free in this man's mind. It's so sickening. It's so old. It's tiresome. And then he called Obama greatest sucker. What do he think he is? I can't even speak on it anymore. If I see another MAGA post about Obama being in Canada, meeting with the Prime Minister, y'all are crazy. Trump literally did the same thing when he was not in office. He as well met with foreign leaders when he was not in office. When you are a former president, you are a private citizen. Therefore, you can meet with anyone that you choose to meet with that is a foreign politician. There's no wrong in that. But because it's Obama, it's a problem. Let me repeat again. Trump did the exact same thing when he was not in office. He even hosted foreign leaders at Mar-a-Lago. And did Democrats have anything to say about that? No, they did not. Obama knows what he's doing. He has a law degree. He knows what he can and cannot do.
By world leaders made it impossible to call him incompetent. The better Obama performed, the more threatening he became to the cult. Not because of his policies, but because his success directly contradicted everything they believe about the natural order of things. He wasn't supposed to be better. He wasn't supposed to be a gentleman and a scholar, and yet he was. That doesn't just go away. When weak, mediocre people see someone they believe was inferior reach the highest office in the country, they don't get inspired. They become filled with rage. They feel lied to, and they need someone to blame for the hate and rage. That target is Obama. Everything they could never be. 3. Scapegoating. Obama left office in 2017, but his name never left the conversation because Trump spent more than a decade smearing his name. It all started before Trump was even president. Trump spent years pushing the birther conspiracy, claiming Obama wasn't American, wasn't legitimate, wasn't one of us. That wasn't politics. That was a deliberate effort to strip Obama of his humanity and plant him in the minds of millions as the source of everything wrong. Then when Trump took office, the playbook continued. Every problem needed an explanation. Economy struggling? Obama's fault. Crime rate rising? Obama's fault. Anything going wrong in the country? Obama's fault. Psychologists call this scapegoating. Assign one figure as the source of all your problems and anxiety, which then collapses onto that single target. It feels like clarity to his followers. It feels like understanding. It isn't. Trump didn't just keep Obama's name alive. He spent over a decade turning him into the villain of the story. And to the Trump cult members, this story still is true. 4. Cognitive dissonance. Here's what made the obsession permanent. The MAGA cult couldn't call Obama corrupt. There were no scandals. They couldn't call him incompetent. The record didn't support it. They couldn't even call him unpresidential. He was polished, disciplined, and respected around the world. Psychologist Leon Festinger at Stanford University studied what happens when people are confronted with evidence that contradicts their deeply held beliefs. Weak people don't update their beliefs when confronted with contradicting evidence. They double down on their original beliefs. Festinger called this cognitive dissonance. MAGA was left holding a belief system that Obama's entire existence disproved. And instead of resolving that contradiction by updating their worldview, they resolved it by hating him harder. The obsession isn't just political, it's psychological. And it has nowhere left to go. So it goes out onto everyone else in rage and obsession. Obama is living proof that the psychological wage of whiteness doesn't exist anymore. And to weak people who never earned that status in the first place, it feels like an identity crisis. So they obsess more, say his name more, talk about him obsessively all the time. They even have a name for this now, Obama derangement syndrome. Because Obama didn't just win the presidency. He broke a hierarchy millions of people thought was permanent. And they've been trying to undo that moment ever since.
We have some news this morning. MAGA has erupted overnight over Barack Obama visiting Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney. Barack Obama visited Canada, and now MAGA is suggesting that he should be arrested, that he's launching some type of coup. I mean, you can't really make these things up, but it is a Saturday morning, so there usually is a crazy headline. You have folks like Laura Loomer saying, why is Barack Obama meeting with world leaders while President Trump is in office? This is a coup. You have another one, this is a big MAGA account on Twitter, saying Barack Obama's up in Canada holding private discussions with Mark Carney. Obama needs to sit down and figure his freaking place before his ass ends up in prison for violating the Logan Act. Mind you, Donald Trump met with world leaders in 2024 before he was president again and when he wasn't in office. There's nothing wrong with Barack Obama meeting with Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, but it does upset them because Trump doesn't have a great relationship with Carney. And if Obama has a good relationship, well, that's not good for, I guess, MAGA in some way. In any event, spread the word. Follow along for all the news you need to know about. I'll have another update for you soon.
Now, welcome back. Obama is trending again. And the question is, why is Obama still dominating political conversation even years later? That's what we're going to talk about. Okay? For those who don't know Obama, he emerged at the national political stage, and many people felt that they are witnessing something historic. For some Americans, he represented hope. For some, he represented change. For others, he represented a new generation of leadership. And for many black Americans especially, the election of Barack Obama carried a powerful symbolism. Even to me, as an African, I felt, I celebrated, I was so happy. It was also about history because America carried a long and painful racial history. Generations experienced slavery. Generations experienced segregation. Generation experienced legal discrimination. So when Barack Hussein Obama became president, many people viewed it as a moment showing how much America has changed. You know that's what we are thinking. But at the same time, not everyone saw Obama through the same lens. Some supported his vision, others strongly disagreed with his policies. And this is important because politics is rarely only about laws. Politics often become connected to identity, value, and ideas about the future. We have heard about the videos I've played there. People talking about how Obama was good, how he carried the country well. You see, most former presidents gradually disappear from daily conversations. But Obama never completely disappeared. He never disappeared. And we have several reasons we're going to talk about. First, his communication style. Obama became known for speeches that often focused on ideas larger than politics itself. He spoke about hope, he spoke about citizenship, he spoke about responsibility, and supporters appreciated that style. Okay? Critics sometimes argued that speeches sounded inspiring but disagreed with the policies. Number two, why Obama is still in the picture? Social media changed everything. Years ago, leaders left office and largely stepped away from public discussions, but today, just one clip from a leader on anywhere can spread across millions of screens within hours. Just one interview becomes a debate. Just one speech becomes hundreds of reaction videos. But one tweet becomes a headline. Even after leaving office, political figures can still remain highly visible. And people often discuss policies, but ideas sometimes matter even more than policies. So during Obama's years in office, many national conversation intensified. Healthcare, economic inequalities, technology, and race relations. Okay? America's role international. Supporters argue that three conversations moved the country towards addressing most important issues. And the critics argue that some of these approaches created divisions or expanded governments too much. And regardless of viewpoint, one thing happened. People become more political engaged. Young people especially become more involved in politics. Social media activism grew rapidly. Okay? That's how it is. Now, this Trump era, it created a different vision. Many online decisions or discussions from politics as Obama versus Trump emerged. So this discussion goes beyond just individuals. People are usually debating different visions. Supporters of Trump, they have their viewpoint. Number one, nationalism, border security, economic protection, traditional institutions. And Obama supporters emphasize in international cooperation, diversity, institutional reform, broader social programs. Again, that does not mean that every supporter thinks exactly the same way. But many conversations online, they follow these patterns that I have told you. And that is why discussions involving Obama often quickly become discussions involving Trump too. Because people connect the two eras as representing different direction. Symbols become more powerful than politicians. When I talk about symbols, sometimes leaders stop being viewed only as people, but they become symbols. So supporters see their hope reflected, okay? Critics see their concern reflected. Obama became symbolic to many people, and Trump became symbolic to many people. And symbols can survive much longer than political terms, and that's why years later people continue debating Obama versus Trump. Not simply because of legislation, but because people feel like those individuals represent ideas that are larger than themselves. Okay? Modern media right now operate differently. Every reaction become content. Every disagreement become content. Every speech become content. Okay? And because content competes for attention, a dramatic narrative often spread faster than calm discussion. So people sometimes watch short clips without broader context. Okay? So that creates a cycle. A clip trends, people argue, reaction video appear, like us, we do that, and millions are discussing something. And that's why Obama is trending again. Because just a clip or a tweet from Iran spoke about they want to negotiate with Obama alone. So, boom, it went viral. And history has shown us something. When you look at the figures like Nelson Mandela, look at the figures like Martin Luther King Jr., Franklin D. Roosevelt, different generations continue debating these figures long even before their demise, before they go. Okay? Because people continue debating ideas connected to them. Ideas survive longer than administrators. Ideas survive longer than elections. Ideas often outlive individuals themselves. Okay? Whether someone supports Obama or disagree with him, there is a broader lesson here. Leadership matters. Communication matters. And the fact that Obama is a black leader and they are discussing black leader, that means what? The world is becoming black again. We have something in the leadership as black people. They can call us inferior, they can call us this and that, but truth to be told, black people are amazing. They have empathy, they have sympathy, they have everything they gotta want for a leader. Obama became a symbol. Obama was carrying the heads of black people, of black Americans in this presidency thing. Even though some black people said he did not help black people, Obama did not went there to help black people alone, but he went there to help America, and black Americans and white Americans, they are together in this ship. And remember, systems are down there controlling everything. Okay? Kings and queens, discussion between Obama and Trump is getting more tense and more good. We need to know about that, but we need to learn our history and everything that we need to know. You tell me more thing on the comment section. Until next episode, peace out.